Hello, everyone. In the United States, this year only, government has paid over 13 billion to homeless assistance, and that has been disbursed already. California only spent $42,000 on an individual homeless person per year. The National Census Board recently, as early as 2023, concluded that the whole US at that time had almost 200,000 homeless people. California account for 30% of that number. Just one state covering 30% of the whole homeless people in the country. The reason I'm bringing this up is because homelessness has been handled more as an economic issue. The economic framework has been applied more towards homelessness, which has other factors that have constantly been overlooked. More concern has been placed on the funding and the financial side of homelessness without considering the health and the safety side of it. My question is, should this be the only avenue the government should apply towards homelessness? And for this, I have brought up my topic, which is homelessness, a homeless encampment, a pandemic arising. Homelessness has not been totally dealt with, as an embodiment of what it transcends to every individual. Homeless people have always been treated like numbers in the book. Government look at it like, okay, these are the number of people we have to take care of. We need to move people from one place to the other without dealing with the main problem, which is housing. Now, looking at that economic framework, government has not dealt with it, decisively. Also, the health side of it. Many of the homeless people, based on the institution where I work, I have seen majority of intake coming from the street, coming from homeless camps, and most of them start off when you read their history, it's about they lost their job, they don't have family support, that's why they end up in the street, and while on the street they become depressed. Some of them have PTSD, existing preconditions, and then they turn to vices like drugs. Some even go into prostitution just to make ends meet on the street. And government is not seeing that angle. Then some of them don't even have affordable health care. So those are the other problem that comes from homeless encampments. Likewise, the safety of the homeless person and of the community in where they are found. Most of the community are seeing homeless people encroaching into their terrain, taking over business front yard, sending customers away. Businesses are losing money because homeless people are overtaking their business centers and all that. So on that framework, I'm proposing solutions based on the write-up from the National Health Council on Homelessness, which states that homeless encampments should be dealt with without looking at the people as number. First and foremost, the problem of the economics, which is looking more at the financial impact and the economical impact to the government. Homelessness has gone beyond that. Government should look at the issue of funding critically, in that disbursing money to agencies to deal with homelessness is not only enough. Do we have bodies to actually see that the disbursed money are used for what it has been proposed for? How about after? Is there like a follow-up? What are the bodies the government have put in place? What is the structure and policy the government have put in place to ensure consistency? Over the years, homeless situation has always been reported in the government, but it's part of the budget every year. Every state does that too. We commit funding, but how do we ensure the funds are used judiciously, and how do we ensure those funds bring the outcome we're expecting? So government needs to review the policy. They need to look at all the things that will have to be put in place. Is there structure? What is government doing about housing issues in the country? Is it affordable? Is it accessible? Those are the challenges that comes from the economic point of view that governments need to take care. On the health side, these homeless people have different pre-existing conditions in addition to psychiatric conditions that they have literally picked up on the street. So this one needs to be looked at. How do we treat this situation? What medication is available to them? What can they, because sometimes when you look at these people, you just need to place them on certain health plan and then they are rehabilitated. What can we do to rehabilitate them? How do we make the encampment safe? How do we make it free of hazards? People are doing drugs, giving out NACANs, which was a strategy, but it's just one strategy out of numerous issues. It's not going to cover everything. Giving out NACAN, making it available to everyone is not the only solution. People still OD. They overdose on things. They overdose on anything. People are hungry. They are dying of hunger over there. Drug is not the only health concern. People with diabetes, they are dying. People have COPD. People have lots of issues that needs to be looked at. Then on the safety side, for the community as well around, sometimes some of these homeless people have picked up, crime. They boggle houses, they boggle businesses, take over properties. It's not safe. Some of them, you can't even take a stroll in your community at night because an homeless person might decide to, accost you and ask you for money. If you don't bring out the money, they bring out knife. They try to scare you out of your valuables. All those safety concerns are there for this particular discussion to be looked at different point of view. A framework on economics, a framework on health, and a framework on safety. These are the way that I am proposing that we should look at homelessness and approach it constructively. On the economics, government should step up. And then government is not just the governing body. Government includes the people as well. Every individual needs to do something on their own part to make sure that homelessness is addressed. Health. There are so many bodies that are doing a lot of NGOs and bodies that are doing things towards helping the homeless people, providing access to healthcare, giving medications as needed. What are we doing to that? On the economic side, most of the shelters that are even privatized now, homeless people cannot even afford to go there. Government should do something to alleviate the amount, to subsidize the fee so that the conditions, so that the homeless people will be able to access them. And on the safety side, policing is not just about the men and women in uniform. Policing is about the individuals living in that community. How do we ensure that there is a barrier, a kind of line that separates the homeless persons encroaching into personal property space and then taking over the space? What can be done? What are the way communities can handle it? Communities can move the post, insist that some places cannot be encroached, continue to go and sweep areas so that homeless people will not encamp them. Because most often when these homeless people are arrested, before they get to the police station and back, they are released because even the police station cannot house them. They can't accommodate them. They will tell you, we drop him off somewhere else. It's not going to come back to that side again. And then that person becomes a problem at that place. Also, to conclude, I would like to say gradually homelessness and the encampment have become a national issue, and it is also becoming a pandemic to the whole system. We need, as one body, not just the government, to look at it in terms of dealing with it as an economic issue, as a health issue, and a safety concern. Thank you.